All right, here's our project for the day. The last trip out, when we got home, the headlight switch was hanging by a thread, and the mounting bezel in here broke away. So there's just really no way to mount it anymore. I had thought about putting just a flat plate across here and mounting the switch to that, but it would leave the switch sticking out like an inch more than it should the knob, and it would look pretty goofy, so I don't want to do that. I'll show you on the parts rig here, and you can see what the setup is. It's not like an easily replaceable part. This is part of the whole dash. So here's what it should look like inside the Comanche. Now there's just nothing left, and unfortunately this piece is part of the whole dashboard. It doesn't come off. So I'm not sure how common of a problem this is on the XJ and MJ, but apparently it's a big enough problem that at least one company made a solution for it. I bought this from a company called Shapeways. I'll put a link. And this bezel basically just fits in the dash and has this big nut on the back, and then it gives you a new mounting area for your headlight switch. I am going to have to grind a hole out in the dash bigger to get this mounted. So I'll probably use like a rotary file on the die grinder, because it looks like there's a decent amount of material that's gonna have to get removed here. So I'm gonna get on that and I'll check back in. All right, I spent about 5 minutes with a rotary file on the die grinder. Got our hole made here. See a little flat on the top to keep her from spinning, and it fits pretty well. So one time-consuming issue I did not anticipate is the threads on this. Apparently this was white plastic, and when they manufactured it, they painted it, and it's a really durable black textured coating. It looks nice, but they shouldn't have put it on the threads, because I could not screw these two together. They just bind up and get stuck. So I spent probably the better part of an hour with a Dremel and little discs and a wire wheel and little files and another wire wheel, just trying to gently remove that coating without disturbing the plastic, which that coating's pretty durable, so it's not an easy task. I've got it screwing on pretty well now, but if you order this, I would highly recommend when you order it, ask them not to coat the threads with the paint when they paint it, and I'm gonna probably give them some constructive criticism. Pretty much impossible to show into the dash, but to actually remove your switch, pull the knob out, find this little button, which you'll have to contort yourself and probably kink your back to do. Push it in, and then you can remove the knob. Then you can unscrew this nut, and you can just leave it dangling if you're not replacing it. If you are, then you'll need to unplug the top and this ground wire. Okay, here's the finished product. Looks almost factory. Nice and sturdy, works good. Pretty happy with it. It was a little fiddly, so what I learned along the way is make sure to tell them not to paint the threads, because that added a lot of extra time and frustration. I actually got that nut that retains the bezel stuck halfway on and halfway off, and ended up having to remove the lower dash panel here just to get a better grip on it and get it removed. And then I cleaned it up further and finally got it to screw on. The other thing is, I didn't notice the locating tab is a different style than stock. The stock just has a big notch, and this actually just has a hole in the back. It looks like it probably would work. I actually had it installed and just thought the notch is missing, so I dremeled one in. And then later when I was looking at the beginning video footage, I noticed there was actually that hole in the back, so I might not have had to do that. But if you're gonna install it as intended, because there is no instructions, make sure that flat part is at the top so that your switch is orientated correctly. Hope this helps you get back on the road, and check out some of our other adventure videos.